Hello everyone, I meet the most interesting people in the world sitting right here in front of Angelina's Pizza in beautiful downtown Key West. Hello everyone, my name is Kit Carson, I'm the Earl of Pizza, and I sit here all night and all day and I talk to the rock stars, the heroes, and the gods. It's what I do. And tonight I have a young man who I want to introduce the world to. If you would, tell everybody your name and where you're from.
So I'm J.P. Gilmore, and I'm originally from upstate New York, from failing Bills country.
Oh,
story.
come on.
Oh, I know.
Hey, they're winners.
It's terrible.
Until it gets to the playoffs.
You know what I said?
Come on.
Thank God we didn't make it to the Super Bowl. We didn't have a Super Bowl team. We would have been 5-time losers if we made it to the
hey,
Super
I'm an
Bowl.
Atlanta Falcon fan, so let's talk about losers, all right?
Atlanta. You
Oh
know,
my God!
I won my football pool for the year. I couldn't pick Atlanta all year long. If I pick them, they lose. I don't pick them, they win.
That's what everybody
Terrible.
says. They're that way. So JP, you're from upstate New York.
I'm from upstate New York. I got tired of the cold and snow.
Really?
We moved to Naples, Florida. We love Naples, Florida. We took the ferry in this morning.
Nice.
And this is my first time ever in
Really?
Key West.
This is your first time here.
I have an amazing story about it.
What's the story?
So when I was in college at University of Buffalo,
All right.
I was an engineering major.
Yep.
And all my friends were coming to Key West, and they were like, "We're going to Key West for spring break. It's gonna be the most amazing trip ever of a lifetime." And I had a professor that had a final exam on Friday, and they were leaving on Thursday. And I happened to have a fellowship that I couldn't afford to lose. And he said, "If you don't take the exam, you're going to fail my course." And I'm like, "Damn it! I can't chance it. I'm gonna stay back."
Wow.
They all came down to your great spot here.
Yep.
They had the most amazing time, but you know what? They got tired of all this fun, and they went to Fort Lauderdale where all the girls
Oh yeah. What year was this?
This is back in 1986.
1986. Oh, those were some really good years.
They drove a completely rusted out station wagon from Buffalo to Key West.
That was the beginning of a 10-year. Key West was a crazy spring break place. Oh my God.
I've heard stories for 35 years.
I bet you did.
How great it was.
I bet you did.
I missed it for that, so my wife and I are down here for the first time.
It was off the chain. But hey, you're here now.
It's amazing.
From Naples.
It hasn't let me down.
So your first impression of Key West?
My first impression of Key West is so I'm from New York, that they say the city that doesn't sleep.
Yeah, right?
I found another city that doesn't sleep.
We do, but not a lot.
Not a lot.
We recharge somewhere between 2 and 7. We had about 5 hours of downtime.
You sleep for 5 hours a night?
I don't. I usually go to bed around 3 and I get up around 8. That's 5 hours.
That's pretty good. I wish I could sleep till 8.
Yeah, I wish I could sleep more, but anyway.
So in my real world, I recruit attorneys. Recruit attorneys.
So what does that have to do with engineering?
Absolutely nothing.
Isn't that amazing?
But you know what? I found there's more money in law than engineering.
Oh, boy.
And I said, fuck that.
So you're a headhunter?
I'm a headhunter.
You work for a headhunter?
For general counsel.
Oh, really?
And if any of my fans out there see me, they'll know, holy shit, that's...
How many have you recruited? How many years have you been doing it?
I've been doing it for 35 years.
Wow, so you really almost never did engineering.
I almost never did engineering. Hughes Aircraft paid for me to go to school and all that. And as soon as I got done, I'm like, you know what? I think I can do something better.
What did you do? Double E or what? Or civil?
Electrical engineer, yeah.
So not only did he do probably the hardest engineering degree, he said, fuck it, I'm going to go headhunt.
You know what? My daughter...
He is a smart guy, though.
I just put my daughter through Cornell Med School.
Oh, wow.
And she's a plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
And she's doing great.
Oh, of course.
And my daughter works for us now in sales. My oldest daughter works for us in sales. And so my
shout
daughter,
out, who's the company? What's the company?
It's called Parker Gilmore. I'm the Gilmore.
Parker Gilmore.
I'm
Okay.
John Gilmore.
You're the JP Gilmore.
JP Gilmore. So anyway, my daughter goes, just the other day, goes, I think I'm going to leave being a physician,
Yeah.
assistant, and go into sales. Because my oldest daughter now works for me and's killing it.
Yeah.
Like $1 million a year, killing it. So my middle daughter who goes to Cornell, we paid
Yeah,
no
but, hey,
loans,
listen.
paid Cornell.
Yeah, but you know the deal. She spends $1 million a year on liability insurance. And that might be on the conservative side. She's got to make $5 million a year to make $1 million anymore. I mean, unfortunately, the medical profession's gotten screwed from top to bottom. You know,
it's
you
rough.
can blame it on some of the people you've headhunted for.
You know what? It's the damn lawyers.
It's the damn lawyers that you headhunt.
Exactly.
You ought to get their heads.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, I got an old buddy that was a rock and roll friend for years, 10 years on the road, and we all laughed when he said, when the band broke up, he goes, I'm going to become a doctor. And everybody goes, sure, Paul. Well, damned if Paul didn't go become a doctor. Well, about 15 years later, I run into him, he says, I'm about done. I go, what? He goes, well, you can only do so many bullet wounds from gunfights and so many 50-year-old men blowing their heart out doing too much blow. He goes, I'm just over it. And my malpractice insurance is killing me. And my ex-wife is killing me. I'm done with it. And I haven't seen him in probably 10 years.
So now does he own a bar in Key West?
He hasn't yet, but I'm sure it's something equally as crazy. I've got to reach out to him. I got to find out what Paul's up to because I love his story and I tell it all the time. But there's no money in it anymore. I mean, you can do it for the law for so long.
Yeah.
And then it just beats you to death. I mean,
you know what? You can only do it until it stops being fun.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
One thing about here, everyone seems to be having fun.
So the central theme of my interview with people on this show is everybody's here because they want to be here, whether they're guests or they live here.
Yeah.
They're here because they want to be here. They're not here because they have to. In the military, they have to be here, but even they want to be here. It's like, I'd rather be here than Anchorage, Alaska. I'd rather be here. So we're here because we want to be.
It couldn't be nicer.
And hey, I was a C- student, but I got a degree in finance, and I've made pizza for 35 years.
I can tell you this much: pizza smells damn good.
It is good.
Damn good.
I mean, what's the complaint about? You're making something you like. I get to listen to all kinds of rock and roll and music all around me. I mean, it sure as hell being in a corporate office somewhere.
I know. Imagine, I'm an electrical engineer, and I just recruit the most amazing individuals all day long.
Yep.
It's just amazing story.
And your office is relaxed, and you could probably be in short pants half the time. And
I think I did a deal on the sidewalk today.
Yeah, there you go.
You look perfect.
On the golf course, on the sidewalk.
Oh, golfing, no. I am the worst golfer in the world.
Oh, let's talk about that.
I belong to Robert Trent Jones' first country club, first golf course he ever designed for 20 years.
Where is this first one?
That is up in Rochester, New York. We're home of Oak Hill.
Okay.
You know Oak Hill?
Oak Hill.
Oak Hill. We just had the PGA Championship.
Well, I know
in Oak
there's
Hill.
a whole bunch of them that go all the way down into Alabama. I know there's one in Alabama.
Oh, Robert Trent Jones?
Yeah, Robert Trent Jones.
So the courses, he has a legacy of amazing golf courses.
Yeah.
I have a legacy of tearing up his courses.
Divot.
Oh, divots. Like, I might as well have, I should have just had a shovel in my hand instead of a golf club.
Why not? I
Terrible.
understand.
Anyway,
my golf game sucks.
My wife over here, as amazing as she is, there's golf intolerant wives.
Yeah.
And I have a golf intolerant wife.
That's probably saved you a lot of money.
I am married for more than 35 years. Most of my people with low handicaps, they're on their second or third wife.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not an easy
if you're
life.
If you're a +8, you're married for 30 years.
Exactly.
I always used to say, when I was golfing 3 days a week, I was about 55 on the front and about 55 on the back.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'd kill for that.
I was shooting and I'd have days where I'd shoot right around 100.
You know what I say? you're the best. That's the prime handicap that you have.
Yeah.
Because here's why. You remembered the good shots.
Yep.
The low handicappers that
Yep.
are ones and twos.
Yeah.
They only remember the bad shots.
Yeah.
So amazing that you play around and
That's
go,
true.
man, on number 9, I shot a
Yeah.
par.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You were amazing.
I felt like a golfer.
That's the way to
I
go.
didn't lose but 2 balls the whole day.
I mean, think about that in your life.
It's
you
so
only
true.
think about the good holes versus the bad holes.
Well, you know,
Those low handicappers suck.
yeah. If I was to grow up and live on a golf course, I might play golf again. But until then, I'm good without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live on a golf course in Naples, and
Yeah.
everyone asks me that question. Do you play golf? I'm like, no.
No, but I'll sell you this bucket of balls. I got a whole bucket of balls for sale. Only been hit once.
Luckily, we live by the tee box, so they can get
Oh,
the
wow.
balls past our house.
Lucky for you.
No balls in my yard. The only balls in my yard is my
Yeah,
Jack,
yeah.
my miniature poodle.
Your miniature poodle?
You've
Yeah.
never seen anything like it.
Oh,
Have you
man.
ever heard of off-leash training for dogs?
No, I haven't.
It's called off-leash training.
Okay.
You send your dog to off-leash training. It comes back like a CIA trained dog.
Awesome.
This dog comes back from off-leash training. I say one word. The
That's
dog
incredible.
does anything.
That's
so
great.
we move in Naples. They're all HMO, everything.
Yeah.
They're
Hardcore.
like, your dog has to be on the leash every minute. I'm like, not my dog. My dog doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. He'll only go where I tell him to go.
He'll go, and if my dog walks one step too far, I just go, oh. He stops, looks at me, I go, no. And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I grew up in the country and I have a hard time with dogs being on a leash all the time. I have a hard time with them being in a small, confined area. And then I ended up buying my wife for her 60th birthday a freaking chocolate Labradoodle.
oh man, that would be amazing though.
And he's a fluff ball. I mean, he's 80 pounds of fluff. And I'm like, okay, well, so much for that. But he roams the house. I mean, he's a third roommate, like most animals are. He is a roommate.
If I could get my wife to sleep as close to me as my dog Jack,
Wow, you'd
I'd
have
be
7
like-
more kids?
Yeah,
Good thing she doesn't.
exactly.
I woke up this morning and we've got one of those beds that does this stuff, and he gets in the crack between the two of us, so you don't even know he's there
Oh man.
until you go to flop over and he's right there, and he'll kind of give you the, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Go back to sleep.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Yeah.
When he's ready to get up, he lets you know.
Yeah. If I ever go past 8:15, I'll have a face in my face where he's right there. Going,
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Get up. So I don't have
Anyway,
much
Jack
options.
is a superstar. But you
Jack
come
is
to
a-
Naples, you
Yeah.
look up JP Gilmore, everyone knows me at Pelican Bay in Naples. JP Gilmore.
The Happy Gilmore of the golf club.
Happy Gilmore of Pelican Bay.
Pelican Bay.
and we'll set you up nicely.
Nice. Well, you know what? There was a short time in my life, somewhere around the turn of the century. I like that term. Somewhere around 98, 99, I was looking at buying a place over there, and I didn't pull the trigger. Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Well, anywhere in Florida.
Yeah. Hey,
Florida,
I'm here.
Florida,
I'm here.
Florida is amazing.
Well, I've been thinking about it. I keep waiting for all these mass exodus from all these states that everybody's running away from, and I'm waiting for them to realize that they need to change some rules or something.
Yeah.
Or something. Just property value go to nothing, and then go buy a couple of places. I mean,
It's not
New
a
York's
bad.
beautiful, but it's a little screwed up. Same with Illinois. It's great, but 90% of the state's wonderful. But the capital tends to run a lot of things.
Think about it. I feel like in Florida, they're always trying to do the right thing. In New York, you're questioning always, like, what is going on here?
Are they really working with us or for us or just completely against us?
Yeah.
I know, it's going nuts. I don't quite understand it. And we're at that age where we thought growing up our whole lives that the world would be better and safer and you'd have the same freedom you had as a child. It doesn't appear that way.
No.
It's a little discouraging.
nothing was better. The best decision I ever made was as soon as the pandemic hit, I said my wife's never going to deal with this like prison-like sentence that New York was putting on us, and I said we're going to Florida. And it was the best decision I ever made.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
And I don't know why the populace allowed that to happen, and why
it was nuts. I mean,
and why everybody still
finally Cuomo,
everybody.
who they thought was the god of COVID, he got thrown out.
Yeah, and that should have been a clue right there that it's all a house of cards of BS. You know, none of it's working for the betterment of you. It's for the betterment of something, but it's not you.
Yeah, it was a benefit of others, but not you.
And I don't know who the others were.
I'm going to say this. If most New Yorkers came down to Florida for 2 weeks, they would move here.
Well, I'll tell you, during COVID, I met more people from New York and California, Texas. A lot of Texas, I don't know why Texas was coming here. I think because they could afford it. And there were direct flights from Houston or something. But I met more people from New York and California in that year's time, that 7, 8, 9 months. Just tons of them.
It's amazing.
It is.
It's a great, this whole setup here is amazing. And just me being here, having a chance to chat with you.
Yeah, sure.
Like, what a dream, right? It's amazing.
Well, you know, so there again, I strayed away from the financial world, and now what I do, I sit out on my front porch and I talk to people. How tough is that?
What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing.
I don't get paid for it.
All right, well,
that's okay.
This pizza is calling me. I have to
really?
go get a slice.
Okay, so before you run away then, this is a segue, people. I've got one last question for you because this is the #1 pizza shop show on the internet. True.
For sure.
So here's one question. This is my final question for you. If you were a pizza, what kind of pizza would you be? Mic drop.
I mean, you know what? I like anything that's hot. So you put jalapenos on it.
Oh boy.
You put jalapenos on it.
We got your number,
whether
buddy.
It's pepperoni, whether it's shrimp, whether it's lobster.
We got your jalapenos.
Jalapenos on it. It's going to be amazing.
We've got good jalapenos right here. That's
there
right,
you
boys
go.
and girls.
Make it hot.
We're going to make it hot.
Red sauce and hot.
Well, JP, I appreciate your time. I know you're on vacation, and I suckered you away by calling you over here. And I thank you for coming and telling us and sharing your story. On behalf of myself, Tim, the staff at Angelina's, Randy and Jade, I'd like to thank everybody. Please subscribe to the channel, share and like. That's all we got for now. Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
JP, thank you so much. That was wonderful.